Hello, everybody. This is Halos and Heroes. Tonight we are going to do the part two of In This Moment. We did Beautiful Tragedy before. Now we're going to delve into As Above, So Below, released last year. Now, this is actually one of their new tracks that I have not heard yet. So, what you're going to be seeing is a blind reaction to new In This Moment. I did not realize that the tracks that I was most familiar with were from 7 years ago, so it's been a minute. As I said, Maria Brink and company are one of those that have changed their style, but I have no problem with that. I don't have a problem with a band or artist changing their style for any reason. I'm just curious to see what the new stuff is like. So without further delay, In This Moment, As Above, So Below. What you reap. As above, so below. What you reap is what you sow. What you give comes back threefold. As above, so below. Okay, so a Wiccan prayer. Makes sense. So okay, this is more in tune with the stuff from 7 years ago as opposed to 15 years ago. This is that industrial, more industrial, less metal, less rock than they used to be. Sorry, I gotta get something out of my pocket. I like it so far. I like the puppetry. That's pretty cool. So let's keep going. Don't you fight me as above, so below. What you reap is what you sow. What you give comes back threefold. As above, so below. Okay, so the vocals, as you noticed with Beautiful Tragedy, are very light and airy on the chorus, but they're more harsh during the actual verses. The instrumentation is more industrial during the verses, and it is more true to the original during the chorus. Now again, I have no problem with any of this. I'm just breaking it down the best that I can with my knowledge and my understanding of music. I'm not picking on them or saying it's bad. It's not. I like it. It's good. I'm curious if you guys have watched me for a while, how you feel about my breakdowns, if you feel I'm doing them justice. Because the intent of this channel is not to tear down musicians ever. I just want to point out the differences between what they used to sound like and what they sound like now. And a couple other bands that I'm going to be doing this with there's a stark contrast. One of them even flat out admitted it was a money grab because the stuff that they originally did versus the stuff that made them money is a complete 180 from what they started with. So anyway, just let me know. But I like this so far. This is really cool. And I do like the puppetry. Watch me fly away. I was never asked to say it all comes back threefold. As above, so below, so below. See, I dance with the enemy. other thing I want to point out really quick. Um, the stuff from 7 years ago, i.e., Sex Metal Barbie and uh, horror, stuff like that, that In This Moment did, that was the kind of the sexploitation that I was talking about, um, is not present in this video so far. We're halfway through. Um, we're dealing with very abstract appearances by Maria and company, as opposed to the leather outfits. And not to say that it's bad, it's not. It's just it's not present in this video, which is surprising to me. So we'll keep going, and maybe I'll get proven wrong. But so far, I'm really liking it, and she's not using the sex aspect to sell it like she was in the last album. So see what happens. I think now that I'm really giving it some thought and paying attention to it, I think that album was produced specifically to prove a point that sex sells. And so she may not have been doing it as an exploration, but more as to prove a point that sex sells. The thing about it is, some groups do it successfully, and some groups where there's I don't really know how to explain it. As much as I like seeing Maria Brink in leather, I mean, I'm human, but that wasn't always, that was never the selling point for me for In This Moment. For me, it was the music and the talent. And I wasn't brought into In This Moment through the sexual aspect of them. I was brought into them for the music. I found them accidentally. Whereas groups like Butcher Babies, where that was the whole thing about them, was a great band with great music and electric tape, and I won't say any more than that. That's what I was brought into them with. And so I kind of, it wasn't as jarring, I guess. Anyway, sorry, getting off track on a rant. I like this. Now, one thing that I've noticed throughout this track is that they are incorporating elements of their earliest work with the industrial, which I like. I love industrial music. I had 45 Nine Inch Nails CDs when I was growing up. I got every single album that Trent put out for the longest time. And that includes EPs and singles and all that stuff. So that's part of the reason that I don't criticize bands, because I followed the trajectory of most bands that I like. Now, one thing that I want to say really quick that has absolutely nothing to do with anything. A couple years ago, WeScheme did an analysis of reactor channels. And one thing that he pointed out is that there are some reactor channels that have a good 50-50 balance of talking and then reacting. There are other channels that are like 95% music and 5% analysis. With my channel, I want to take it one step further, and if there's a song that relates to mental health or it relates to recovery in any way, I want to intersperse my own reactions to that situation because I'm familiar with it. So if at any point anything that I'm doing on this channel is nitpick worthy, by all means, pop it into the comments, let me know. If it's valid, I'll respect it. Because even though it's my channel, I wouldn't be here without y'all. So I'm going to listen to you because I want to hear what you have to say. Speak out, please. This is your channel too. We grew to over 100 finally. We have made it over 100, guys. That's awesome. I love you guys. Thank you. So guys, this is In This Moment, and as above, so below. I love you. Take care. You are not alone.